I am here to tell everyone to be grateful for all the hard times. It is during those times that we grow. Anybody here present right now who is or at some point in life was broken, miserable, in pain, struggling, troubled? I want to see hands. Anyone? Ooh, there you go. Thank you. My talk is all for you. Together today, we will celebrate failure. We will celebrate pain and misfortunes. We thank them, for it is because of them that we are better, stronger, and wiser person that we are today. I come from a very poor family. My parents, both of them were jobless when they got married. My mother went back to college when we are already studying, the three of us, her children, in the elementary. My father, unfortunately, did not finish college. He ended up a low-paid worker. Life was tough. We will eat boiled papaya for lunch, sometimes rice mixed with soy sauce, and if we're lucky, instead of soy sauce, we have cooking oil. We blend it with salt. Back then, our house was made of wood. Roofs made of nipa shingles. When it rains outside, it would also rain inside, and we have to rush to my grandfather's house to take refuge. At times when we do not have money for transportation and going to school, which by the way happens most of the times, we will walk. We traverse a 2-kilometer road to reach school. We walk in the morning, we walk at noontime under the scorching heat of the sun. Way back then, old centavos were very valuable to me. I don't spend them, I keep them. I use them to keep my socks up. Anyone who can relate? I will fold my socks through the aid of the centavos because all the garters have loosened already. My parents cannot afford to buy me new pairs of socks. We also don't have TV. I will watch TV through our neighbors' windows. And every time I have to change location because they will purposely obstruct my view. How harsh. I was also deprived of a study table my entire elementary and high school years. Oh, how I dreamed to have one. I will sit, I will use the chair as my table as I sat on the floor. I have stories after stories on how hard, how difficult my childhood years were. And I can spend your entire day to finish them. So let me fast forward. When I reached college, luckily I got admitted in UP Tacloban. I have to find ways on how to survive financially. What did I do? I would make assignments of my classmates. I would write for them book reviews, research papers, and all sorts of school requirements in exchange for 100 peso. And at times when no one engages my service, I have to be more patient and tough. I will walk to school. I will stay in the library for hours. I manually copy from the book to my notebook our assignments because I cannot afford to pay for the photocopying of the library books. All the librarians turned out to be my good friends because I would stay in the library for hours to manually copy notes from the book to my notebook. My mother would call me and check if I still have money, and I would tell, oh, mother, don't worry, I still do. But after the talk is ended, I will break into tears. I'll cry because I do not even have a peso left in my pocket. But I have to understand because I know that My mother cannot even afford to pay for my brother's tuition fees. So I have to find ways. I continued with my sidelines. I'll write papers, I'll do assignments for others. Later on, I observed all worked to my advantage. It turned out I became smarter than the rest of my classmates. Instead of making one assignment, I have to make another and another. Instead of reading one topic for my research paper, I have to read another and another. Whenever there are school requirements, I have to right away submit them in anticipation for those who will be engaging my service. On the process, it turned out I became smarter than the rest of my classmates. Fast forward 4 years after, not only did I survive college, I excelled. I graduated magna cum laude. I was 1999 UP Tacloban's class valedictorian, graduated with flying colors. But my life story did not end there. I'll continue sharing. After I finished college, I felt like I missed a lot of fun. I don't know how alcohol tastes. I don't have any idea what nightlife is. I never had a boyfriend. That was when I started exploring. Before I finished law school, I got married. I ended up a battered wife. He would beat me. He would bang my head on the wall. My nose would bleed. He would choke me. He would slap me. He would physically abuse me every time. A year after that, I got my annulment, and I later became a lawyer. Shortly thereafter, I had a short-lived bad relationship. Just the same, I was also battered. The only difference is that this time, it has worsened and even intensified even more. He would beat me almost every other day. His favorite spot is in my head. It doesn't leave any mark. He would slap me, he would choke me, drug me. He would do that every time. There were nights before my hearings in court, would repeatedly hit my head. I would go to court hearings anyway. It's only my God and myself who know that my head was aching, injured from constant beating. The relationship ended up traumatically. He stabbed me, not once, many times. Good that I did not receive any fatal wounds. I did survive. Those were also the times that I was totally broke. I had 4 credit cards. All has reached their maximum limits. The different card companies would call me. I was petrified. I was actually at the lowest point of my life, completely broken. There was one night, I spent it the entire time crying. I was shedding tears. I was reflecting on my life and on what was happening to me. The entire night time, I was shedding tears. I was just conversing with my God. I asked for His understanding. I asked for His mercy. I asked for His forgiveness. From then on, I have observed that my passion to help other people through my profession has even deepened. My commitment to public service, it became like personal to me. It became an integral part of my being. Whenever I get to serve and assist, especially a fellow abused woman, I find healing. I find joy. I find contentment. whenever I get to help especially victims of violence like me. I worked more than expected of me. I work not for salary's sake. I worked because I can feel the ordeal of every client that I get to serve every day. I have been through what they're going through. I am one of them. Until later, I believe it was God who used my chief, Dr. Persida Acosta, as you know, as an instrument in bringing me to an office I have not even imagined. I talked to my chief. She knows my story. We had a good conversation. She told me, don't worry, I'll take care of you. Took care, she did. At the young age of 34, I was already leading the entire public attorney's office in the whole Eastern Visayas. 2 years after that, at 36, I became the full-fledged youngest regional director of the Public Attorney's Office, Region 8. When I was taking my oath before no less than the President of the Republic of the Philippines, I was holding my tears. I was trembling. I told God, what have I done to deserve this? But thank you anyway. I have to convince myself that that was real. And from then on, my life has never been the same again. So looking back at the story of my life, I cannot help but be grateful for all the hard times I've been through. It's because of them that I am better, stronger, and wiser woman that I am today. Poverty. It was poverty that pushed and inspired me to work hard. I did work hard because I needed to. Not out of choice, but because I had no choice. Poverty taught me to be patient, to be resourceful, to be diligent, to focus, to work hard. Certainly, were it not for poverty, things could have been different. I thank God I was born poor. What about the abuses, the violence inflicted upon me, not only once, but twice? Just the same, I am equally grateful. Not only that it humbled me, it taught me compassion, empathy, understanding. Because of that experience, I get to understand. I was able to literally immerse myself with the experiences of the clients I get to serve every day. And it is because of this experience that I am where I am now today. So these are my words for you, my friends. Many times in your life, you will be wounded. And that's pretty all right. As the old Chinese proverb says, gems cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. If you're in pain, I congratulate you. I am happy for you. You are in the right track. Hang on there. That too shall pass. What is important is that when it's over, it will give birth to a new strength. So go through the pain, whatever it is, and grow through it. Let it strengthen you. Let it make you wiser. Let it make you better and stronger. We do not grow when things are easy. It is when things are hard that we grow. I was broken, totally damaged, rock bottom. I was at the lowest point of my life, but I stood up. I survived. And look at me now. I am better, wiser. I don't think I cannot not withstand any difficult challenge there is yet to come in my life. So in conclusion, my friends, these are my wishes for you. I wish that you have enough pain for you to be able to learn sincere compassion. I pray that you lose and fail to humble you, to make you wiser and even better. I also wish that you'll be rejected for you to be able to appreciate love and friendship. I pray that you'll be mocked, that people will talk about you, to inspire you, to motivate you more. And above all, I pray you misery. I wish all of you to be miserable, for you to be able to see the real beauty of the world. Again, be grateful for the hard times. It is during those times that you grow. So when you're in pain or you feel like pain is coming, just smile and say, bring it on. I'm more than ready. Thank you very much.